We have a new so-called predator lurking the streets of TikTok, and that is exactly what I want to talk to you all about today. If you aren't intertwined in the TikTok lore as of the past month, there is a new most hated TikTok creator, and they go by the name Fuzz99. Now, many people on the app have been calling out Fuzz99 for trying to groom underage kids solely based on the content that they are posting. Now, Fuzz is a part of the LGBTQ community and creates content mainly related on that subject. This isn't really the problem that people have, though, as the LGBTQ community content is great and should be able to be made and posted on TikTok. The problem with Fuzz in particular is how they carry themselves and how they act when they create this content. I mean, this shit is right out of like a PBS Kids talk show. The host, all they do is obnoxious jump cuts and yell at the camera and do a bunch of emotions so the kids will keep their attention. Before I dive deeper into the subject, let me show you a couple TikToks so you know what I'm talking about.
Hi. Why did you turn your comments off? Well... glad you asked. So first, I would like to say that no, it is not because I got too much hate and couldn't handle it. I promise, I am okay. But I do appreciate all of the people that sent me kind words and lovely DMs because it means more to me than y'all will ever know. And I truly love y'all, like, so much, like, for real. But I turned comments off because there's a bigger plan already in motion, baby, that only I know about. So stay tuned, baby.
Now, as you can see here, Fuzz thinks they are an anime character in the way that they overly express themselves and even do that little giggle at the end of some of their sentences. You would have to wonder how many V-Bucks they spent on their emotes that they have in their locker because it's actually pretty impressive how many they can cycle through in just one TikTok. They actually put some New York Italians to shame with their hand gestures and movements. Now, anyways, after watching those videos, you most likely came to the conclusion that their content is not for you, and their content is also not for me. Well, then who is this content for? And that is where the problem seems to arise, because many creators and viewers of Fuzz think that this content is strictly being directed at very young children and in the process grooming them because of the nature of the content. And like I said before, LGBTQ content is great, perfect, people love it, but when you add that in with like a Disney show character and direct it towards children, that is where people are going to have a problem. Now, I will say before I throw up the accusation TikToks that a lot of these are pretty unfair, and I don't think just because someone acts this way, you can accuse them of grooming children or being a pedo. There really are no facts to back up these claims and just a bunch of people reacting to content and saying what they think or see. And just because someone makes shitty or annoying content does not give you the right to accuse them of things that go this far. And I just wanted to bring light on the situation and talk about it in a video.
Because not every gay person feels safe in public.
What makes me feel unsafe is that this 26-year-old is very desperately trying to cater to young children.
Blah. Because, like, nobody wants to be straight.
This is not bullying or harassment, TikTok. This is simply discernment and assumption I've made watching this person's content. The overall behavior, the speech, the mannerisms, the aesthetics of these videos are that of what my 4-year-old son would be watching in terms of Blue's Clues or Blippi. Which begs the question of, why? Why? Why are you trying to reach an audience of that age and that maturity? And in doing so, talking about the things that you are talking about. You are telling young children that nobody wants to be straight? These are conversations that only children should be having with their parents. But for whatever reason, this has been turned into content and education. Simply because, well, we know why. It's coming from a marginalized group. Therefore, anything like this person has to say is dubbed as education and learning purposes. When in reality, we know what it is. I just can't say it.
As you can see, many people have been calling out Fuzz for grooming allegations because of their content that is geared towards children. I've seen many videos pop up on my For You page like this, and they all pretty much follow the same suit. Someone stitching a video from Fuzz saying that they are grooming children and they only make content for children, and asking what this 26-year-old is doing. I even saw a Reddit post with one of Fuzz's TikToks with 25k upvotes just absolutely roasting them, so a lot of people know about the situation. But after showing you all of this, I don't want to be the one to make your opinion, so you can do that on your own. But I will say this could just be one of those adults that lives their whole life through BuzzFeed articles and they make their whole personality around that, or Tumblr. They could also just be playing a character for TikTok. We don't really know this person's social life or how they act. A lot of people play characters on TikTok. My thing is though, why would you want to play this character? It's not really a liked character, but it is more likely that this person is just one of those BuzzFeed adults that likes to be really loud and over-exaggerate their personality. I will say that calling someone a pedo or accusing them of grooming children just based off of their content is a little unfair, as I for one make content on Funko Pops and anime over on TikTok, which you could also deem geared towards teenagers or younger children. I will say that my content isn't as over the top as Fuzz, but it would not be fair to assume that they're grooming young children just because of their content or personality that they show inside of their TikToks. Hell, most of the YouTubers that I know throughout the years have geared their content towards children, for example Jake Paul, and nobody else has ever had a problem with this. It does seem like people are just getting overly annoyed with Fuzz and their content and voicing their frustrations, which to me is 100% fine. If you're going to put content on the internet, you should be able to take a little bit of criticism because that is what's going to happen. I welcome all of you to criticize my content so I can make it as best as possible. It does also seem good to do your research, question things, and look into everything fully like the TikTok users have been doing on Fuzz. However, there could be some people that are just doing this because they're homophobic, which I need to point out, and that's absolutely terrible and shouldn't really be entertained or thought about. The last thing I will say is that you'll never see me enjoying a Fuzz video, but I also will not call them a pedo or say they are grooming children without hard evidence or facts. I'm going to keep watching this creator, I'm going to keep questioning this creator, and if anything comes up along the way, I will let you guys know. But until then, if someone annoys you, just leave them alone. You don't have to accuse them of being a pedophile and grooming children. This is Vrax. Peace.